Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. Hope everybody is doing fantastic today. I'm doing pretty good myself. Thank you guys so much for all of the comments and feedback when we built the randomizer last time. Where's my food? Aha, boom. Grabbing some salmon. Very good. Yeah, thank you so much for all your input and suggestions. There was one thing that a few of you noticed that we need to address here today. And then there was a lot of suggestions on how to use an armor stand. Remember, we started with checking out whether or not we could get the head off an armor stand. Now, a lot of people were saying, break the armor stand with water. And I was thinking about that before I tried, what we tried in the last episode, but that doesn't work because that just moves the armor stand, surely. We can try that here in a minute. But then there was one comment, one person, saying, break it with an arrow, dude. And that's absolutely true. We could break it with an arrow. I did a little bit of play abouts in a creative world with it, and the only problem I'm having is the fact that it's not very reliable on where the armor stand and where the head of it falls, and so picking it up seems very, very hard in like a controlled matter. Anyway, what a lot of you picked up on, you smart people, is that this isn't completely fair the way we have it set up. And the reason being, if we come down here to our beautiful randomizer, the reason being that the chance of certain lamps being turned on is higher than other lamps at the moment. And that's because if we go back to this here, we have our first randomizer here, that goes into this randomizer, which then goes into this randomizer, which then goes into this randomizer, and then goes into this, either that or that. Now these will have the lowest chance, rightfully as you guys said, these will have the lowest chance of getting picked. Simply because it has to go through this as well, so the percentage of being selected over here is lower than, let's say, this randomizer. Because this randomizer only have one hop, so if this is level 1, this is level 2, this is level 3, and it makes the torches level 4. Whereas this here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright? And so you're absolutely right. We have to sort that out because this ain't fair, basically, the way it is at the moment. And I think the best way to go about is to come back up and we'll reduce the amount from 10 to 8. Because we can only do it in either 8s or 16, 4, 8, 16. And I've been asking the other hermits, I don't think we'll have 16 participants in this game anyway. So we'll punch that away and we'll do 4 of these instead. And we'll come down here and all I should have to do is disconnect this thing here. So that's the latest thing. So we'll just punch this away for now. Oops, I just selected it by mistake. We'll punch that away and then make sure that we go from the third. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we'll take this randomizer away. Oops. And I'll basically just connect. Let's see here. I'll connect this one. Hopefully we have enough. We should. Do I have more redstone? I should have more redstone. It was really inspiring to see that so many of you were like so on to what we're doing, and a lot of you were saying that you know you just love the fact that we actually do a little bit of redstone on camera, because I was a little bit, I wouldn't say worried, but it was a little bit scary to put up a redstone episode. I haven't done redstone on camera in a long time. And it's something that I really enjoy in this game that a lot of people don't seem to know about, because I build a lot of things. But I really enjoyed it, and it was fun to see that you guys sat well with that as well, because we're going to be doing redstone here in Hermitcraft for sure. On that topic, I've got the question many times, are you a redstoner or are you a builder? I like to think that I'm both. I'm a Minecraft player, you know? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's all we have to do, I think, because now we're connecting the third node to this torch and this torch, and we got the third node over here as well, connected to that and that. So I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then we should have this sorted out, and it should be fair. Thank you guys so much for noticing that. Alright, so got the same done on the other side. Now, let's start this, and let's make it very quick, like quicker than what we made last time. Let's do 8 items. Boom. And we'll go up and we'll have a look-see if we get all and if it seems fair. It should be fair now. Switched over to that. And switch over to that. Perfect. I did change it, by the way. I found the broken link. I had a torch connected directly to a dropper, and I changed it over to a wire. Because remember, there was some wire last time that wasn't connected up. But yeah, this should work just fine. I'm hoping. Yeah, look at that. It selected the same one again. And it's me! Hi! You can't slay me yet though, hermits. Alright. So, I've also been thinking, there was a lot of suggestions in regards of the whole armor thing that we were talking about in the last episode. In regards of how we are to have it. Do we want a custom armor set to be used? Or do we want to do that you can use your own tools and stuff? And there was one guy saying, why don't you make a armor randomizer? Right? Why don't we make an armor randomizer? So that basically you have to go up to a machine and then randomly you'll get a set of armor so that... Ha! Woohoo! Hi, creeper. Idiot! Creepers are tough, man. In this update. You used to hit them with 2 strikes. I suppose it's because we don't have sharpness 5 on this guy. Yeah, where were I? He was saying that why don't we make it so that it's a little bit by random chance to what armor we get. And I love that idea. That add diversity. Is that a thing? I don't know if that's the correct English word. But it adds a little bit of randomness and chance, which I always think is a good thing in minigames like this. So, just to give you an example, you could end up getting really good armor, or you could end up getting pretty bad armor and weapons and stuff. And I've also been thinking a little bit more about how we're going to do this building. I think one thing that I do want to do is move this back. Thank you, iJevin, for sweeping. Hi, guy. Ha! Wrecked. Yeah, I think I want to move this back now that we only have 8. And by the way, don't you worry. Pretty sure that we won't have more than 8 participants. Which brings me to... Jeez! Frickin' invasion! Should put you guys on the wanted posters. Stupid zombies. Yeah, that brings me to another thing. Quite a few people were also saying that, what if we don't fill all of the posters? Well, the way I see it, we'll just have to leave them empty for now. And if an empty one is lit up, well, you know, that cycle didn't have a wanted person. I think that can work out pretty fine. I'm not too bothered about it. As far as the layout of this building, though, for the whole armor thing, I've decided that I do want to do the armor. So, for sure, we're going to have some sort of armor that you need to use as the sheriff or whatever when you hunt down the other players. And for that, we need a little bit of a bigger building. I think this is cool coming in, having the wanted thing immediately. And then I kind of want to shape the building differently just for the sake of aesthetics from the outside. So maybe we can go something like this. And we could have like a little back of the building like that. I think that could look pretty cool. But anyway, I think I'm going to leave this for now. I want to get some other stuff done as well. We've been working at this, or I've been working on this for quite a while. I want to do a little bit of random stuff today. There are so many things that I need to sort out. And one of the things that I want to take care of before I die from a creepers is my levels. Or are my levels? Is my levels? Are my levels? And so we got 40 levels. I'm gonna do some... Oh, Harrow Falls. I'm gonna do some enchanting, I think. I think I'd like to get some armor. Like some proper diamond armor. We got... Oh, by the way. Hello. I forgot to tell you. I got Frostwalkers on my shoes. Now check this out. Come down here. And we can walk on the water. Uh-huh. That's the new thing in 1.9. I like this. It's a smart, clever addition to Minecraft. You know what always kind of gives me a funny feeling? Hi base, by the way. Looking gorgeous. Fantastic. What I'm always impressed with, I should say, is the ability from Mojang to be able to come up with enchantments and additions to the game that hasn't yet been done in modded. Like, the amount of mods and creative geniuses there are out there, and still, the whole Frostwalker thing, at least to my knowledge, and I'm a modded player, I haven't seen. And I don't know if it's intentional, if they do these kind of things intentionally, if they're like, yeah, you know, we're gonna, if something's in a mod, we're not gonna add it. I suppose that's not completely true, because actually the Mesa biome was, before 1.6, it was in a modded, wasn't it? It was in Biomes of Plenty, I think they took it from. But most of the times that's true, and I think that's very, very interesting. Alright, let's see what we get here. Diamond leggings. Fire protect. You know, I'm actually gonna take that. Oh, we got Unbreaking good. We got Unbreaking good. We got Unbreaking as well. I'm gonna take that because I do want to at some point go to the nether, fight some blazes, that kind of stuff. Unbreaking 3. What does the helmet say? Respiration. Blast protection. Yeah, I'll take that. Is respiration, is that the thing that makes us break water blocks better? I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, let's check this again. I'm breaking still. Dang it. Thorns. Really? I don't like thorns. Usually just ruins the armor quicker, doesn't it? Okay, we could do one more thing. Although I didn't bring any diamonds, so I think I'm gonna add these to the pool, and then we're probably gonna. I wonder if you can enchant shields. Actually, I don't think you can. That would be a thing. All right, two small things that I want to address. One thing, people are saying that you want me to change. Where do I do that? Multiplayer? Chat settings. Here we go. You want me to change the scale of the chat. And I agree. I'll lower it. That's better. Yes. Doesn't take up so much of the space. Second thing, a lot of people are telling me that you want me to play with view bobbing on. And I did that in the last episode, no one noticed it, but basically, if you do this, my hand here will move. I find that very annoying. Very annoying. So I've always played with that off. I just wanted to address that and see what you guys say about it, but I don't really like having view bobbing on. Anyway, just wanted to state my case. Now, what I want to do, I'm back at the base. I wanted to kind of try and go over this area a little bit and work a little bit with the terrain of this place. If we can, start hiding some torches and making it look a little bit more beautiful, if possible. One thing that I've been looking at that I'm not too happy with at the moment is the spruce in the floor. So I may want to remove that actually. And I know I was falling in love with it when we placed it. But I don't know if it makes sense to have it as a pathway here, because this pathway is way too busy, and the dirt is too far off from the sand to say that the dirt is mixed in or dug up sand with the spruce, if that makes sense. Let me get some dirt as well though, on the bar. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. But yeah, I think I'm going to remove that, and I think we're going to go with a dirt path, and we can instead try and enhance the dirt path. Yeah, I like that better. Another thing that I want to do here in this little terraform thing is I want to try and add some bushes. Now, I've been looking at pictures of like real life Mesa things, and it's quite frequent so that they have small trees, very short trees, or bushes, not just dead shrub like you see in the movies, like these things over there. Not just those. They actually have small trees and bushes and stuff as well. They're usually shaped a little bit weird though. I suppose it's from the dry environment. So I'm just going to go about, and I'm going to use the birch leaves. And someone pointed out that we could use spruce leaves as well. They'll also maintain their color. Wow, what is that? What did I just create? That's really bad. Can we do something to help it here? Huh. No, I think this one is bad from the beginning. Anyway, I'll have to practice this a little bit. But yeah, this is an industrial site that we have, but I feel we can benefit from some greenery. So some bushes somehow I'll incorporate. And what else? Cacti. Someone said we should incorporate cacti. And I see that. Let's try something here. The good thing with cacti is that they're very, very, very green. Even in this biome, like they shine and they're beautiful. But I don't think... No, it breaks even from leaves next to them. Okay. I kind of wanted to see if we could use these in bush designs, but that would be the only way we could do that, and I don't think that's going to work out too well. Okay. So, some bushes, some foliage, get rid of this stuff here, and I think that we're going to be better off, if I'm completely honest. I wonder if I can do something else to the road as well. If there's something that we can add that will give it some more depth. Maybe, do you guys remember we had in our block chart, we did have that brown stained clay. Could we use that somehow? Let's check it out. I do have a lot of red sand now as well, because I did go and farm that. I'm going to pick up some of that, and we'll see what we can do. Do we want to do... You know what we could do, honestly? Another block that we can mix up is jungle wood. Instead of the spruce, I think this is much closer to the actual dirt. And it could be, it's wrong to say confused, but it can be used as kind of dirt. Yeah, I think that's better than the spruce. The only risk with this is that it starts looking like I want a wood path again, like what we had here. But maybe we could use this for stairs instead of the spruce. And then we could just imagine or be creative, okay? Be creative and say that that's not wood. That's just the dirt coming up like a so. Yeah, I think that's going to work out good. But I'll do a little bit of changes here and stuff. Oh yeah, let's try this as well. I don't think that's a bad idea. It's going to look a little bit spotty, but think of it as mud, right? Although, why would they have mud here? Because it's a very dry, it's a very dry thing. I'll try some things out, all right? I try some things out. Another thing that I'm going to go ahead and do here. Let me just get this because it annoys me. Boop. Another thing that I want to do here is the mesa in the background needs an update. I want to go over the colors, and I don't like this. So I'll go ahead and shave that off and go with regular clay. And I've been looking at pictures for mesa biomes in real life, and they do have a color differentiation to them. However, it's rarely that they are like in Minecraft in stripes. They're usually downwards. And I think it's because the stone, or the clay, gets like torn by weather and rain and such. Not sure though. So I may add a little bit of this orange. I think that's pretty close. Is this going well? That goes okay. That color is alright, but it's still a little bit off. But yeah, take away spots like that, take away that. And then the mustard, as Scar calls it, the mustard yellow at the top needs to go completely. We need to hide that and just go with the regular clay instead. Alright, to get some more depth in this foliage, I have an idea. We're gonna use the birch leaves for the very green birches, but I think I want to try and mix in these oak ones. What can I throw there? I think I want to mix in some oak ones as well. Just because I have a feeling that we can make these blend well together. Let's just try. So if we would have a boom. Aha. and would mix that up. Is that something that's gonna work? Like, I'm seeing this as another way of adding depth, and at this point here, hi, hi guy, die. Oh, that's the wrong leaf again. At this point here, some of the leaves would have been decayed in that bush. I think that can work really well. Yeah. Surely this bush needs a little bit more love, but you know what I mean. You see what I mean? I did update or took away all the spruce, and I'm actually going to go ahead and say that no, we ain't doing that. Not right now anyway. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Oh, I missed one here. Right. I think the jungle looks much better. The whole place looks less busy. We are using too much of the spruce color in the logs and this to also have it in the road. So I'm pretty happy with that so far. I also changed up most of the mesa. Needs to take away that yellow line there. And I think, you know, it's lifting the place for sure. There's a lot more to do though, but just a little bit of an update thing. I wonder if we can also... No, that doesn't sit right. There are certain places of this mesa where I really need to do a little bit of this. To just make it look a little bit more natural. But yeah, getting there slowly but surely. As you guys know, the people that are following me, you know I can do this for ages. I love it. Gonna fill up this hole as well. Boop, boop, boop. Been waiting to do that for ages. Do something like that. When you do something like this, I think the most important thing is just go over it over and over and over again. When you terraform or when you work with the terrain whatsoever, just, you know, go back, go forth, go back, go forth, and just look at it basically. But yeah, definitely oak into the mix I think will suit us well. Alright, now let's see what you guys say about this. Boom. About that. Torch gone. Trying to punch all of these away. Where be sun, by the way? I hope that it's soon nighttime because I want to try one more thing here as well. But yeah, see what you guys feel about this so far. I've been starting to do a little bit of grass and foliage up on the side of the mountain here. And in my head that makes sense. I've also started adding a little bit of this. In places, can I? Yes. I need ferns. That's what I need as well. But yeah, just very interesting. Actually, I'm going to use oak like that. Just very interesting to have a little bit of these grass spots in this road where you wouldn't trample. So maybe over there. Go down here, punch these away. Boop, boop. Punch you away. Those of you who know me, those of you who follow my single player series, you know that I'm not very much for... I don't like when it's lit everywhere. I like building and playing around a little bit with the light of this game. It can be ever so gorgeous. But yeah, what I really wanted to see what you guys said about is the whole thing about adding a little bit of foliage, dried out foliage up against the mesa. In my head, it would go from dirt, it would dry up and it would turn into clay. I don't know if that's how it works in real life, but I think that just lifted the whole side of this, and I'm finding it very tough, very hard to do something pretty with the mesa without this. So hopefully you guys like this idea. Like I said, I think it's important not to do it too much, but definitely spotting it out like this works in my head. I think that looks pretty good. Now we have a little bit too much of a pattern going on here. We could come and say, bring some leaves, some oak ones, some rotten ones. Maybe we'll go like this here. And maybe even on this thing there would be good. And then some oak. Boom, boom. I don't have any more grass. I'm gonna need to get myself a silk touch shovel pretty soon here. But yeah, I'm really liking this color of the oak leaves. I don't think it's bad at all. I think it suits the biome really good. Okay, before Jevin sleeps, because he just logged on, I wanted to try and play around a little bit with lighting. Now, I usually do lights like this. Boop, boop, and then a torch. And that's my ticket torch, and I think it can work in this. It's kind of, we're going a little bit medieval, right? And so I think that could work. I was also considering whether or not we should try some lanterns. So maybe we could try over here. Oh, that doesn't connect to leaves. That's right. If we go up 3, 4, 5. And then I think this is how they are usually made. Like that. And then we'd add trapdoors. And now since 1.9 we can add one at the bottom. That's a different style that we could use. We could also use the things that we did a lot on Kingdom Craft, which would be the posts. And maybe we could go acacia. Let's come down here. I kind of want to hear your guys' feedback about this, because I was looking at all of these and I can live with all of them. So that's why I want to put some up, and then you guys can have input down below. Ooh, hello. I don't have my shield or anything. Come on then. Come on then, bro. What you got? Oh, look at that. I shot him through the... I've noticed that. I think that's a bug. Can you pick up the XP? Nice. That's another style. It doesn't really look fantastic. We could actually go take that away and put a spruce on top. Boom. That would work with the wall. Yeah, that's an idea. But you guys let me know. I like my ticket torches, but I can go with either of these. I really like the torch texture in Minecraft because it's alive and it kind of moves and stuff. But yeah, again, I don't know. I don't know what you guys say. Do we get a little bit of a feel now that it's lit only at the roads? Yes. Then we got the mine, and it's dark down there. It's blinking, looking nice. Very cool. Oh, one more thing. A thing that I wanted to do today, in part of this decoration thing, was coal blocks. Now, I've been mining like a crazy person when it comes to coal. Look at this. And this is after filling my auto smelters on both sides with coal. Okay? I got tons of coal. I usually don't mine out coal, but someone said that it would make sense to place scattered coal blocks around in piles, to make it look like that's a thing that we've dug out. And I really like that idea. So maybe we come over here, we go boom, 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 like that. And the cool thing about this is that it adds a completely different color because it's black. Yeah, it's pretty cool there. We don't see the other one from here though, so we come up, we walk up, and boom, it's next to the mine. Yeah, I quite like it. I think this whole the greenery that we added, it's not a lot so far. And the mesa side that I changed out all the yellow, it's not a lot of stuff, but it makes a whole lot of difference, doesn't it? Let's just take a closer look. Someone also said that in the comments. This episode is all about someone said in the comments, isn't it? But you guys give so many fantastic things and suggestions. But some were saying, Iskal, we like what you build, but take a moment and just stand still and shut up and look at it so that we can see it. That's what we're doing here. Except I really like talking, so, you know. But yeah, it looks very good. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the road much better this way. Goes well with the orange sand that I really like in the background. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you have enjoyed the episode. Please do let me know about the lights. I should mention as well that we are looking, Hermitcraft are looking for banners for each district. And I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in helping us out and doing some banners for us. We can't obviously pick every banner that's submitted, but, you know, we'll do our best. Ooh, we could add this here, that there. See, I can't stop doing this. I'm sorry. This is so much fun. Just adding. I want some grass here as well, but I don't have any. Yeah, if you're interested in trying to submit a banner, so we're looking for districts banners, basically, where, you know, the blue district that we live in should have one banner, and then the other district should have another banner, and I'll put a link in the description where you can submit them. It'd be really cool to see what you guys can come up with. I'm really excited about that. I think it's a great idea. We did something similar on Kingdom Craft for those of you who watched that series, and wow, the things that you guys can do is just insane when it comes to banners. I'm so bad at it, me. Take you away, actually, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Boom, boom, boom. Terraforming, man. Terraforming. So much freaking fun. But yeah, do submit some banners. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button and leave some comments and feedback, and I'll see you in the next episode.